My biggest goal while in Morocco was to visit the Sahara Desert. I have been obsessed with the Sahara Desert for a while and how insanely gorgeous it looks, and like riding a camel, it's all, I really romanticized it in my head. So that was my biggest trip that I planned while in Morocco. I forget what the tour company is. I can find it if anybody's wondering. But it was like the best thing ever. They picked us up from Marrakesh super early in the morning and drove us through the most gorgeous scenery of all time. And we would stop at little points during the day to take pictures, or we went to this like old village that we walked through and actually got a full tour of. So this tour was not just seeing the Sahara Desert, like driving there, riding camel, driving back. We actually got to do a lot of cultural things on the tour, which was so cool.
This was the first cultural village we stopped in. It's an ancient village built into the rock. It is so beautiful. You can really tell you're in the desert there. This was an empty stream bed right there. People still reside in or near this town. It is just so stunning that they built out homes out of the rock in there. This was a demonstration he was giving us of a traditional art form in Morocco. I believe it's something with sugar, because when it heats up you can see it's getting darker, and he kept saying it's caramelizing. So I'm actually not sure if that's what was happening, but you heat it up over a fire and then it becomes a picture like that, which I thought was so interesting. I'd never seen or heard of art that functioned like that. This is just an overview of that city again. At this point, our tour guides told us we needed to buy head coverings, and then they brought us to where they film all of Moroccan movies, basically, which was like out in the middle of nowhere, kind of cool. Anyway, at that point, they told us we needed to buy head coverings and sunglasses, because when you get to the Sahara Desert, the sand is so wild that you need to be wearing something that covers your whole face, hair, and eyes. So we did that there, and then we went to this gorgeous rock formation. My jaw was on the floor here. Like, the sun was hitting it so perfectly, the color was so beautiful, the rocks were so interesting. I'd never seen anything like it. And then we went to our homestay for the night right after that, where I got my own room. Here's a little tour. So this is the outside of the building that the man said he made himself, which is really cool. And then the inside, I had my own little bed. It got really cold at night, so I needed a ton of blankets on the bed. As you can see, I was already moving in. Anyway, and I had my own bathroom, which was really nice. This homestay was incredible. One of the best things I did the whole trip, because the family was so kind, and you'll see in a sec, they made us amazing food.
Hello! I'm going to the Sahara Desert! I will be in the Sahara Desert tomorrow. I could not be more excited about it if I tried. This is a bucket list item of mine, and it's happening tomorrow. Today we drove 12 hours from Marrakesh, Morocco, to where we're staying tonight. Here's my room. And then tomorrow, early in the morning, we're gonna get on camels. Camels! I've never been on a camel before. We're gonna ride camels into the Sahara Desert, and we're gonna camp there tomorrow night, and I'm so excited. I've never in my life thought that I would be able to do something like this, especially by myself. I'm solo female traveling, and I so far have felt very safe. If you're a solo female traveler, I've heard the stargazing is like the best in the world, and this is just like a life-changing experience, and I'm so excited. I'm freaking out. I might have to jump on my bed all night because I can't sleep. It's like Christmas Eve right now. I'm just so excited to see the desert, and the drive today was stunning. Morocco is so beautiful, and this lovely little cabin place is making us dinner tonight, and I'm so grateful for my life and what I'm doing and the ability to be out here. And so anyway, I'm gonna record the whole thing, but here's my update. Tomorrow, the Sahara Desert.
The family made us the most delicious feast and fruit for dessert, and then performed for us some traditional songs and dances, and I was having the time of my life, let me tell you. Here is a little example of what this sounded like so you guys can see how talented they are. They then had us get up and dance with the little kids. I looked so stupid and awkward, but it was so much fun. I was having the time of my life dancing with these little kids and meeting this family and having just one-on-one connections with the people of Morocco. I felt like I was kind of doing something bigger than a tour with that, because I was making these personal connections, and that is like the ultimate goal of going on these tours for me. So I so enjoy it. Couldn't highly recommend enough. This guy right here is harvesting dates. He's climbing up the tree, and then the dates land on this big tarp right here. He is like slowly lowering down a date branch, and then a lot of them fall out during the process, so that's why they have this big tarp. And then they let us try a date fresh off the tarp. Let me tell you something, it was the best date I've ever had in my whole life, and it was so fun to watch the date harvesting process. Who would have thought? Not me. And then our tour guide was showing us what a green pomegranate looked like. He told us that they were way juicier than regular pomegranates, but I'm just not sure if I believe him. I didn't get to try it, so who knows. Then we went to another really tiny village on the way, and they were showing us how traditional rugs and carpets are made in Morocco with wool. And they let us all try, like, this was my friend trying the process out, and we each got a turn. And then they gave us a big display of all their rugs and how stunning they are. They said they're all handmade. So that was really fun. I didn't end up buying anything. I don't think anyone in my group did, but we still all loved looking at them and getting the experience to walk through that town and meet some more people and see the industries there. And then our bus drove us even further out into the middle of nowhere. The drive is so amazing, though. I just, like, every single time the bus stopped, my jaw was on the floor. Like, look at this rock structure. It's almost like Utah or Mars. I don't even really know how to describe it. The water is crystal clear. There's people rock climbing. It's just so stunning. So that's why this tour is so cool, because you think all you're getting is the Sahara Desert, and then you end up spending so much time in Moroccan nature, meeting Moroccan people, and it's amazing. And then we actually got to see them finally from afar, the sand dunes. And at this point, our driver told us we all had to put on a hair covering, and that is because it'll also cover your face up. And so he helped us all put them on, and then we got to see camels for the first time. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. This is one of my friends. He was one of the first people on, and the camels are like sitting on the ground and then stand up with you on them. So it's pretty wild. Here I am with my scarf on, and the camel behind me. He was so cute. I kept looking at him. Let me tell you something about riding camels. It is wonky, okay? It kind of feels like you're gonna fall off at any point, but regardless, I'm not kidding. I was having the time of my life, okay? It was so stunning. As you can tell, I asked the guide to take a video of us from far away so you could just see the contrast of the sand. And that's me right up in the front in the black and red and riding my camel. It is so beautiful. The Sahara Desert, you could just like, obviously you could physically get lost, but like mentally, just like, oh my gosh, look at that. It goes on and on and on and on. You can't see anything but sand, and the sun is setting, and it just gives the most gorgeous, gorgeous environment. I could not be more grateful that I got to have this experience and to be in the Sahara Desert. I just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So there's our camp for the night. It's this just like a group of tents that they had set up for us at the end of the night. I got my own tent, which was really nice. Here's like a close-up version, and we all got to eat dinner in there as well, which I really loved. I was like, had made really good friends with the people on the trip. There's my friends. So I was so excited to experience the nighttime with them. We had a wonderful dinner. Here's my room. I'll show you what my tent looked like. It had 2 beds in it, but I was just by myself, and it was a tent like that. And it gets really cold at night, so we had a lot of blankets. And my shoes, here's my shoes. Here's how much sand was in my shoe after I had already poured it out once. So just like a funny representation of how much sand gets in every crevice of your body. Here was our amazing dinner. It was all homemade food. It was just like so much community happening at this point. And then we got to go outside, sit around a fire, listen to more traditional music and storytelling and stargaze. They say it's the best stargazing of your whole life out there. Here is an example of some of their music. They then had us try to do the beats that they were doing on the drum. It was impossible. I could not do it to save my life. But it was fun that they let us try. And then we got to stargaze all night long. Insane stars, just so beautiful. And we all got up to watch the sunrise over the sand dunes. This was like just a life-changing experience. It is some of the most stunning nature, great community. You really learn a lot about the culture. It's just so much fun. That was our camp during the day. And here is us back in Marrakesh after the tour was over. I had the time of my life. It was just so much fun. I would highly recommend, while in Morocco, prioritizing a trip to the Sahara Desert. It also, we were like pretty much on the border of Algeria, which felt really cool because it was just a really magical experience. The stargazing, the camels, being out there, the desert stretches for miles. It just like, it's hard to even grasp in your brain the true size of it, but it's so beautiful. I couldn't highly recommend enough. And if you're going to Morocco, I would put that like number one on your list for the trip. So anyway, I loved Morocco so much. I loved my experience there. And I think I grew a lot as a solo female traveler while I was there. So I felt like I grew a lot. I learned a lot. It helped a lot with my post-AT kind of depression. And after that, I did have to go home. I had kind of a crazy experience getting there. I got trapped in the Dominican Republic. It's a whole long story, but regardless, I did get home, and then I ended up staying home for a little bit after that before going out on my next adventure, which was Southeast Asia, which all of those videos you could watch if you wanted. And then after Southeast Asia, so this is a really weird order, but after Southeast Asia, me and my boyfriend went to Central America. So that's the next video I'm gonna post will be in Central America. And just know that that's a full year and a half gap between when I was in Morocco and when I was there. It was just a weird editing of all of it. So anyway, I love you, Morocco. Incredible!